total humiliation, total embarrassment. And I really, truly hope that every single one of those players is embarrassed, because they should be. They let a thing called Scatabo run all over them.
Lights fade out on the city skyline. Two towns drowning in their headlines. Stats can't save us, hopes run dry. We're all just fans asking why. Misery loves company, and we've got plenty to share. New York's crying, Phillies screaming, and no one left to care. Fanatics and analytics, where hope comes to rot.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 75, the worst day in Philadelphia sports history, and possibly the worst day in Brad Sistad's life. This was worse. We're going to go into detail. If you are listening to this, you almost definitely know what we are referring to and know about this day on October 9th of 2025. But this was worse and I'm thinking about this as it was happening. I'm thinking about it the next couple of days. And this is worse for you, dude, than it is for most Philadelphia. You specifically, this is actually as bad as it is for Philly sports fans. It's worse for you. And we're going to get into why. I had some friends asking about how you were doing over the last couple of days as this was going on. And then the day after, when we didn't talk at all, I was waiting for you to reach out. I didn't want to bug you. I know you were trying to not think about sports. All right. Thursday, October 9th of 2025, one of the darkest days ever for Philadelphia sports.
Yes.
The Phillies played a game 4 of the NLDS facing elimination. The Eagles played on Thursday Night Football against their rivals and the Sistad's most hated sports team, the New York Giants. The Flyers had a season opener. It's only the second time ever that the Phillies, Eagles, and Flyers all lost on the same day. So that's right. To give it away, the Phillies, shout out to our Let's Mourn the Philadelphia Phillies 2025 season episode. That's out on our YouTube and Spotify channels. Go check it out. The Phillies were eliminated in the most heartbreaking fashion imaginable on a panic complete breakdown by Orion Kerkering, the relief pitcher, where he panicked and threw home wildly, and the Dodgers walked off on a walk-off error to advance to the NLCS. The Eagles coming in at 4-1 with some question marks, coming off their first loss of the season, but they're playing the lowly New York Giants, a nice get-right game on Thursday Night Football, and they were humiliated, as you would say, embarrassed on national TV, on Amazon Prime. And just for the icing on the cake, just to twist that knife, in case anyone really cares about one game out of 82-game season, the Philadelphia Flyers did their part, and they also lost, albeit to the defending champion Florida Panthers. But 0 for 3, Phillies eliminated. Eagles, not only did they fall to 4-2, the question marks, the weaknesses all getting brighter and more blatant, and then losing to the rival. And for you, it makes it worse because someone actually texted me, a friend of mine and a subscriber of our pod, and asked about, like, after the Phillies game, like, how's Sistad doing? I was like, I'm pretty sure he's actually more upset about the Eagles right now. And they couldn't understand. Like, what do you mean? The Phillies just got eliminated. How can he be more upset about a Week 6 game for the Eagles? And I was explaining, his number one team is the Eagles, and his number 2 team is his hatred for the Giants. And then number 3 come the Sixers, and number 4 come the Phillies. Yes, I got it right. Yeah. So of course, the Eagles losing to the Giants, getting blown out, was one of your worst nightmares. And to have that simultaneously, essentially, at the same time as the Phillies get eliminated in a heartbreaking way, dude, you gotta tell me how you feel. How did you survive this? How are you here today? How was that night for you?
So it was awful. It was definitely the most upset that I've been at sports in a really long time. Like
And this is what you said
really
last
long
week too.
time.
You said that last week.
Yes. So this is worse for a number of reasons. But yeah. So that's the other thing is that this is a culmination. It wasn't just that day, but don't forget. Yes, literally 4 days before that was another god awful 24 hours in Philadelphia. So first off, thank you to everyone for their thoughts and prayers for me during this trying time. I'm doing much better now, so thank you very much. Yeah, it was awful. I mean, it was super bad, and it was. I mean, off the top of my head, yeah, it was the worst night of sports for me that I can remember, and that is saying something.
Yeah, it was. It was just crazy. Just watching the Phillies as it went down. I'm sure you had two screens going on. You had the Eagles on the TV, and you had like the Phillies on the laptop.
Yes, I did. That's
Which,
exactly
by the
right.
way, says all you need to know about your priorities. There's no way that I would have a Jets regular season game on the TV over. Like, it would be the opposite. It would be reversed for me. And by the way, no Flyers at all, right? No third screen for the Flyers. I'm assuming.
No,
Couldn't
nope.
you can't focus on three things.
Right.
Checking on the score for the Flyers, or not even.
Does it really matter? I mean, I think I had this actually happened. So here's a interesting little factoid. So 3 years ago, when the Phillies were in the World Series, they also played on a Thursday night, the same day that the Eagles were playing. And funny enough, they were each playing Houston. So the Phillies obviously played the Astros, and
Yeah.
the Eagles were playing the Texans. And that night, I had the Phillies on the main screen and the Eagles
Wow.
on
And what was the
the laptop.
result that night? What was the result of those games that night?
Both wins. It was great. It was a great night.
So, this is your fault
Eh,
then.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. I didn't even think of that. You're so right.
What a mistake. Next time
Yeah.
it happens, you got to switch it. Always playoffs on the main
Yes.
screen.
Yes. You're
That's
right.
a whew. Well,
I'm
now
sorry,
now
everybody.
yeah. Oh my God. Why would you do that to them?
I don't know. My fault.
So the Phillies situation was awful. Just the most heartbreaking way to lose. But at least I know, and everyone that has listened to this pod knows that that's what you expect them not only to lose the series, but you said it. You said they would fall down 2-0, win game 3, give people hope, and then lose in a heartbreaking fashion in game 4.
Didn't
And
I told you? Go ahead.
So
Finish your thought.
So that was also part of the reason why the Phillies won was a little bit better, easier for you to take. But the Eagles losing to the Giants, while the Phillies had their season slipping away and then eventually lost, that must have been the toughest Eagles game for you to watch.
Yeah, I'm glad that you pointed that out because I not only did I think that the Phillies would lose the series, I actually said the exact same thing would happen. I laid it out for you on our last podcast. I said
incredible.
they'd lose the first 2 games. I said they'd win game 3, and then they'd lose game 4 in excruciating fashion, like in the late innings. I didn't think it would go to extras, but yeah, like an 8th or 9th inning, like 1-run game, and that's what happened. So, not super. Listen, still wildly disappointing, and I was still hoping and rooting and cheering like hell for that not to be the case. It was a great game just from like a baseball fan perspective. If I was watching that game and it didn't involve my team, I'd be thoroughly entertained. So congratulations to everyone who just got to watch as a neutral spectator. So that made me very disappointed and sad and annoyed. I mean, yeah, this Eagles loss was terrible for a litany of reasons. But the biggest thing is that the Dodgers are just really good. So like you can accept losing to a team that is amazing, like an all-time great team. I mean, what happened to the Eagles, I mean, was just nothing short of total humiliation, total embarrassment. And I really truly hope that every single one of those players is embarrassed because they should be. I mean, they let a thing called Scatabo run all over them
Dude.
for no reason.
The only reason why you think he's not
Scatabo
good is
and Dart.
because
No,
no,
he's not
no.
good. He's
This is
not
why
good.
you don't think
Just
this is why you don't think he's good. One, because he's a rookie. Two, because you don't know anything about him, and three, because he has a funny name.
no,
Four, he's white. Sorry, those are the
no.
four reasons why you just automatically don't think he's good.
He's not good. Here's the thing. So that listen, I could have lived with I couldn't have, but like it would have been a little bit easier to swallow. I mean, dude, that Giants team that they played on Thursday night is so bad. And like they're bad if the Giants were all healthy, they'd be really bad. But they were losing. They were missing their top two receivers. I mean, they had Wandale Robinson, who's awful, and
Having a great
practice
season.
squad guys. Okay, let me finish my thought. Wandale Robinson's awful, and they had practice squad guys out there, and no tight end, and no offensive line, and no running back, and a rookie quarterback on a short week. And it's like they pushed the Eagles around for 3.5. The Eagles never had a chance in that game. I mean they did, but like they could not stop the Giants with, again, the worst set of skill positions that we've ever seen. I mean, can you remember a game with a team that had a worse group of skill positions than that Giants team?
I'm a Jets fan, so yeah, I do. I can. I see it.
Okay, I mean, maybe, like, at least you have whatever. We don't have to get into that argument, but yeah, just awful. And what jumps out is that I just don't think that the Eagles are very good right now. Maybe they can rebound. I'm not freaking out. Like,
You can't after last year. You can't.
No, I can't. And what I've actually like kind of found myself doing over the next, because this is a few days removed from that, but what I've kind of done, I've taken a step back and realized that, like, you think, oh, it's the defending champs, and like, maybe they're missing a couple of guys, but like they're still going to be really good. They're going to be right back where they were last year, and like, man, the depth and the injuries like are just not there with the Eagles. I mean, you go down, so they're very banged up right now, and like you look at that team that was on the field on Thursday night, and players who were on that team last year that did not play on Thursday night, whether it's due to injury or due to retirement or that they just went to another team, there's a ton of them. Just on defense, there was no Jalen Carter, no Nolan Smith, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Quinyon Mitchell. None of these people were on the field on Thursday. Offensively, no Landon Dickerson, no Mekhi Becton. So that's like, what, 9, 10, 11
but
people
a lot
I
of these
just
guys
named?
you're listing aren't on the team anymore. They're not. It's not like they're coming back.
I know, but I know that's what I'm saying. It's like, again, you think Super Bowl like defending champions, they're all coming back.
I see what you're saying.
And they're just not. Like, they're just not there. The guys aren't there, and the people that they replace them with are just like guys. Like, they're not. They haven't replaced them with anyone who's making a positive impact, and it's really bad. So yeah, my expectations for the team have changed, and maybe they could still win the division, and they need to get healthy. Another thing that they had last year was they had like remarkable health. A couple guys missed games here and there, but they did not have like these long stretches, which it looks like they're about to enter right now. Like, they did not have these long stretches where they are missing a lot of significant guys, and that's what they're going up against now. And I mean, good God, this secondary couldn't hold up against Lil Jordan Humphrey from the Giants, practice squad guy, and the other practice squad guy, and Scatabo. And like, what is Justin Jefferson going to do to these guys next week? I mean, the Eagles are 1.5 point favorites in Minnesota, and it's like, why? Like, who on earth is favoring the Eagles right now, especially on the road, especially in Minnesota with like quite possibly the worst matchup?
It's going to take a while.
You're going to see all season.
It's going to take a while for the lines to really adjust to what the Eagles are, who they are right now. But I have a take for you on this.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
The
back to October 9th. We haven't really.
the Phillies game should be by far the more crushing game. This Eagles game is inconsequential. It's a Week 6 game on a short week. Fast forward 10 weeks from now, how they played in Week 6 is going to mean nothing. It's not going to matter. It will not matter. The way the Phillies played and lost matters. Their season's over. It should be that simple. I know you hate the Giants,
sure.
and that's part of it, but that's a huge part of it. But the Phillies'
it's
loss is so much more impactful to the season, obviously, than this Eagles game. It's not even close.
Yes, of course. I guess the difference is that I knew that the Phillies were going to lose that game on October 9th. I knew I knew on March 29th that they would
lose a game
that
like that.
Yes, that their season would be eliminated in that fashion.
You
And look,
you believed. You believed that. You didn't know that, obviously.
Yes, so I believe that. And the other things that factor into it are the Dodgers are very good and the Giants are very bad. So you can take some solace in that. And also, like, the Eagles' loss happened afterwards. So, like, now it's just a culmination. It's like, good God, please just let me have this one thing. Whereas if it was reversed, if for whatever reason the Eagles played earlier and the Phillies played,
I wanted to ask you that. You that, actually. And it was halftime, right? It was about halftime. Like, they were down 2017 when around that time when the Phillies lost, right?
Yes.
Around halftime.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you.
A little before halftime, yeah.
A little before halftime, yeah. I wanted to ask you, if this wasn't all simultaneously, we know it happened a little bit. The Phillies game started at like 4 o'clock, so it's not. It kind of happened at the same time, not exact same time. But what if the Phillies started whatever they started? I don't know, 7 o'clock, whatever it was.
6.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, 6. Sorry. Okay, so say they started at 4 o'clock, and the game was over by 7:30, and then it went right into the Eagles game. Would that day, that night, feel worse, better, or would it be the exact same?
Maybe slightly better, I think. Slightly better.
Okay.
Yeah. But it wouldn't have mattered that much.
And for you, the Flyers game, we know for you, you're not gonna get too into the game 1 of 82 for the Flyers. No matter what the situation is, you're not gonna get really upset based on the first game of the season, right? For the Flyers, especially in a year where you don't have high expectations necessarily.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But the next day, like WIP, the Philly sports media, the Philly Twitter, were people talking about that? Like, were they focusing on the 2 games, or were they really focused on all 3 games?
I think they were largely focused on the Phillies, dude. Dude, you have to remember that Philadelphia media doesn't hate the Giants like I do. Like, Philadelphia,
of course, I know, that's why it's worse for you.
They hate the Cowboys. Yeah, they hate the Cowboys, and I do too. But
you hate the Giants
I would say 75% of Philadelphia sports media was centered around the Phillies that day. The next day.
Yeah. Is there a day that you can remember? I know you mentioned earlier you mentioned when they played at the same time and they against the Houston teams and won. Can you think of a day that rivals this? I know there's like last week they had like the 24-hour period, but an actual day. Can you remember like a sports day that's even close to this?
No. I mean, maybe years ago, like, maybe. I mean, this would have to be a long time ago, but I mean, it would have had to been like have to go back and look if there was like a day where the Sixers and Flyers both got eliminated on the same day, something like that.
Or they both lost like maybe like overtime playoff games the same day or something like that.
Right. But off the top of my head, like nothing jumps out to me like that.
It's crazy. This is it's like the only like the 6th or 8th, something like the 8th time that all 3 of these teams played at the same day ever. I know it's only the second time that they lost on the same day, but
yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, typically, I think it's been a pretty recent thing where, like, hockey season used to start a couple weeks later, right? Same with NBA season. Used to start like Halloween.
Yeah, NBA
was like when
NBA
those
starting like a
seasons
week early.
started.
Yeah, NBA starting a week early this year. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the
I think
NHL
that's
though.
how it's been the past few years.
Okay, I do remember. Yeah, growing up, NBA started like Halloween night or something, or the day
Mm-hmm.
before Halloween. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So so obviously the chance of them all playing at the same time was less likely. The Phillies would have to be in the World Series essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Yep.
Yeah, so awful. October 9th, a day that will live in infamy in my head.
Infamy in your head, infamy in Philadelphia, but some people love it. New York was loving it.
I bet they were. Good for them. Oh, New York, the Giant. I mean, the Giants fans, they're all back, dude. I mean, they're scatterboat up, and it's
Dart.
awful. I mean, it is awful, dude. It's so bad.
Are you?
It's so bad.
You're
I mean,
you're
thank God
100%.
for the Blue Jays. I mean, thank you, God,
You're
for the Toronto
100%
Blue Jays.
on yeah, well, good for you, but you're 100% on the Eagles played bad, they were injured, they looked horrible. They made Dart look good. Dart's not actually good. That's what your take is?
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for him to do that with, again, like the worst group of skill position players I've ever seen, I think a lot of it was just like, yeah, a lot of it, the Eagles just look slow this year. They look like they're a step slower than they've been last year. And I
I
don't know
agree.
if it's just like fatigue. I don't know if it's, if you win the Super Bowl, you kind of naturally take your foot off the gas a little bit. But yeah, I mean the Giants just they were clearly the better team. They were bigger, stronger, faster. You know, it reminds me. I remember last year, like just when the Eagles were really rolling, and I remember they went into Baltimore. Remember it was like late November, early December, and this was like the big showdown, right? Ravens Eagles, and
Yep.
Baltimore's they kind of have this reputation for being a super like really tough physical team that's going to kick the crap out of you. They always kind of have that reputation, right? And they asked the coach after the game, like, hey, something along the lines of like, hey, um, you know, Eagles won the game. It's a good game. The Eagles won for the first time ever down in Baltimore. And they asked the coach after the game, like, hey, like, what kind of messaging did you send to your players? Like, how did you get your players to match the physicality of Baltimore? And the coach said something like, oh yeah, no, like they had to match our physicality
Yeah,
and
yeah.
our
Yeah,
toughness.
that's
And
a
like
nice mentality.
it is, but
No, I agree. I'm joking. I'm joking, but
where
it is.
where was that team on Thursday night? Like that team they rolled over and died against one of the worst teams in the NFL. And it was really bad, and it was pathetic. And yeah, there's injuries and offensive coordinator and play calling. It's just like they're just broken right now, and I don't know if they can be fixed. I guess we'll wait and see. But one of the things that I was going to say before is like, man, it really, as I'm sitting here reflecting over the past couple days, like I just think it's really hard to be really good like for multiple years in a row in the NFL.
I
And
agree.
like I feel like the Chiefs and the Patriots, like maybe we're just used to dynasties because we've had two like our entire lives basically, but it's just not. It doesn't seem like an easy thing to do is sustain success in the NFL. So these organizations, New England and Kansas City, I mean, more power to them. They've been able to maintain this level of success for a really long time, and it just seems like it's incredibly hard to do with.
It is.
Once you win the Super Bowl, everyone leaves. All the coaches leave. They get poached, and a very good chunk of your players leave, and people get older, and schemes change, and every single team like is gunning for you. Like every team like really gets up to play the
For
Eagles
sure.
this year, and deservedly so. And they don't look like they're up for the challenge right.
Switching topics because we want to get out of here. You wanted to make sure that we talked about this before the end of this episode. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about it.
Sure.
We put out some shorts from last week's episode on of Sistad saying, dude, you were just saying just your typical stuff about Shohei Ohtani. You're like, about the broadcast talking about him, it was just stop. We get it. Enough Ohtani. I get it. So
Yeah.
polite. He's so polite. I hate him. Whatever. And the feedback from the shorts, well, we got a lot of comments and a lot of people were bashing you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, of course.
So some of these, can you see this? You can see these comments?
Yep.
Ask yourself this: what mental issues does this guy have that someone that is polite and works hard bothers him like that? What do you think? What do you think about that?
Great. I mean, look, this is like, so there's other ones too, basically saying, if this guy was on your team, wouldn't you be happy?
Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah.
Okay. So so we'll go up one by one. Good. So ask myself this. I mean, I just think like I'm an angry sports fan, and I'm gonna latch on to the stupidest little thing, and that's about it. Like, don't take it that seriously.
That's a good way to. That was a very, very good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's polite for the same reason you are not. It's the way he was raised. A shot at your parents.
See,
wow.
Yeah, I resent that. Come on. That is not cool. I am super polite. Everybody knows it. I'm the nicest guy in town. A person. Thank you.
I don't know about your whole town, but you are a very polite person for sure.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. Listen, this is all just like sports anger and vitriol. Like I don't.
That's hilarious.
I don't really. It's so funny. It's good. It's very good. But yes, I resent that. I'm very polite. I'm polite. I'm as polite as can be.
And then, bro, Ohtani is the GOAT. P.S. I'm the one dislike on your video.
Okay. Well, thank you for.
I did. I thank you for the engagement.
Watching. Yeah. What's this guy say? Oh, here we go.
For real, people who don't think that are just jealous of him or the Dodgers.
So yeah, here's a good one to.
And I said, we appreciate your engagement.
Yeah. People who don't think that are just jealous of him or the Dodgers. Like, yes. That's the answer.
That is it, yeah.
That is the answer. If he was a Philadelphia Philly, he would be my best friend, and I'd have several Ohtani jerseys, and it would be great, and I would love how polite he is, and I would say, look how humble he is, he's so great, and, all the stuff that I say about, like, Saquon. Now, I would just
you would love Ohtani
insert
if he was on the
Ohtani's
Phillies.
name.
Of course.
Of course I would. If he was getting paid $1 million a year, like the Dodgers are paying. That's great.
But I agree with you about the broadcast. Like this, it's like they don't know anything else about the teams. They can't talk about. They just have to keep talking about Ohtani because they don't really know what else to say.
Right.
And I get that he's the marketable player. You're going to talk about him the most. I get it. But to an extent, if he was on the Yankees, I would still think that I watch the Yankees. I think they talk about, like, I thought John Smoltz kept talking about how Judge's struggles in the postseason while he's hitting, like, putting up a 2,000 OPS in the series was just silly. He just kept saying it. It's like, dude, the guy has been on base 4 times today. You're still talking about his postseason struggles.
Yeah.
You already just answered this. What would he be saying if he was on the Phillies? Well, you already just answered that. You'd be
I
loving
love him. He's the best ever, and
Yeah.
Yep.
And sounds like a salty Phillies fan. Well, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Like, yes. Yeah. I mean, isn't that what happens? Like, when you root for a team and this other player on the team is, like, really great, and
that's how most sports fans operate, like, where you dislike the player that's killing your team.
Yes. Doesn't that make you mad? I mean, dude, here's an example. Like, who I hate now? Oh, couple things. Yes, it's just textbook, like, salty sports fans. Like, you know who loved Shohei Ohtani? Me, when he was playing the Yankees in the World Series last year. You know who came on this podcast with a Dodgers jersey after they beat the Yankees last year? Me. So, yeah, it's just like total.
It's all perspective.
The definition. Yeah. It's the definition of just like being a salty sports fan. Like, I don't really hate him because he's polite. I'm just angry that he's beating my team. It's not that complicated.
Imagine telling people they have to stop talking about the best player in sports whilst he is I'm saying while he is
Wow.
playing and winning,
Yeah.
whilst he, which is the time when I'm every sports people talk about the best player. I don't really know exactly what he's trying to say. He should probably edit it, or this person should probably edit their comments before they post it. Which is the time when I'm every sports people talk about their best player all the time. That's like too
Is
horribly
this a
worded for
bot
me to
or
try to figure
something?
out.
Yeah. Might be a bot.
And then because that is what we ask of them to win. Okay, a strange comment, but I think that was it. Was there more?
Um.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Oh, that's my cousin Sean was one of them.
Let the salt flow.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, yeah, that's it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you like sports and you ride the emotional roller coaster like I do, then when teams beat the team that you root for, then you get angry and, you don't like the players that are doing the winning. Here's an example. Like, I haven't thought about the Denver Broncos in freaking 4 years. And, like, you know who I hate now is Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos and Sertan. Enough Bo Nix. All right, I'm over him. But that's just how it goes. If the
Yep.
Eagles would have won against Bo Nix last week, I'd say, hey, this Bo Nix, yeah, he's pretty good. Maybe he has a future. But now I'm just angry and salty, and it's not a difficult concept to understand. I don't
Angry
think.
and salty and depressed from Thursday, October 9th, 2025. The worst day in Philly sports history, the worst day in Brad Sistad's life. It will never get worse. It can only get better from here, dude. So that's the good thing.
Things
Everyone,
are looking up.
things are looking up. Thanks for tuning in. Please give us a like. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Philly pride insists that's all. Andrew Rappin and Wild Bulls. Together they talk sports and dreams. Right behind the scenes. It seems. Rivers and wide. Who the call? Who's the greatest? Who will fall with this rivalry? Loud and clear. Join the chat. It's time to cheer. Sports and culture all in one. Catch the fire, feel the fun. Andrew, Sistad, Brad unite. Philly and Y in the spot.